The temporary custody agreement will commence in phases. So for the first 60 days, DDG will have physical custody.
I'm not gonna lie, he looked just like Daryl, bro. Damn. Oh my gosh.
Saying go to court, do this and that. The reason I don't want to is because it's gonna get extremely messy and it don't have to happen.
I don't care. I don't care what she says. She's not even 2 years postpartum.
Don't even.
That can't even be real.
Fuck all that.
Why are they dressed the same?
But that can't even be real.
What?
That's a.
We don't need to fight. I can't get my son because he need me.
Heard my son face move and fight. Yeah.
For those of us without jobs, this is huge breaking news. DDG and Halle Bailey have reached a temporary custody agreement in which DDG will perform Halo on weekends and on some Wednesdays. They have also agreed to dismiss any charges, restraining orders, and other things that are harming their relationship. Now, you would think that the timeline would be celebrating if two parents reached a custody agreement that put the children's lives, well-being, safety, and even just their mental stability in danger. Although many individuals would prefer two-parent households with children, this is a better course of action than what they were heading in. However, I must admit that the chronology became considerably worse after learning this information.
The temporary custody agreement will commence in phases. So for the first 60 days, DDG will have physical custody of Halo every Wednesday from morning until evening.
Okay.
And then he will also have Halo each month on the second and fourth Saturday. Halle will have Halo all other times. For the next 60 days, DDG will be allowed to have Halo overnight on some days. He will have Halo from Wednesday to Thursday every Saturday. And then for the holiday schedule, Halo will be with DDG on Halloween and Father's Day. Halle will have Halo on Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, and New Year's Day. They will split time with him on Christmas Day and on his birthday. This agreement also states that neither party can post Halo or any information regarding him on social media.
Okay, good.
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 I don't really think it was fair that Halle was allowed to post Halo on her social media and DDG wasn't. That's not fair. So that's part of the agreement as well. They must also ensure that their families comply with this order as well. So neither of their families can post him either. So I'm glad they were able to come to a temporary agreement. Hopefully it's just temporary because that doesn't seem like a lot of time with your father who is trying to be an active father. That doesn't seem like a lot of
Here's
time.
the division.
You know, hopefully it's just temporary. I just know I have friends. I know a lot of women who are out here begging their baby daddies to be present in their child's life. So kind of crazy that you only want to give a man 6 days a month? Whatever.
It's still sad though, because at the end of the day, Halle is still getting majority of the time with Halo and DDG is not. He just got granted a couple more days and 2 holidays, literally Halloween and Father's Day. Come on. But at least they get to share his birthday and Christmas, and I hope they can make it about him and not put their personal problems involved. But this really is better than before because as I knew, DDG literally only got to see him on Wednesdays and every other Saturday. So at least now he gets to have overnight, which is amazing because it's been a long time. And I know that DDG may not be fully content with this whole custody details and everything, but like I said, it's literally better than what it was before. It still kind of sucks that she gets Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, and New Year's. I mean, New Year's is whatever, but Thanksgiving though, I hope when the time comes, they both can figure out a way that they both can be there for Halo for Thanksgiving. But if not, it is what it is.
Perhaps I should stop pushing this joblessness. People are far too preoccupied. The fact that they were unable to constantly promote narratives and disparage one another on social media is what I would say makes me happiest. It got way too messy, in my opinion. And because all of the information was made available online, people are even aware of it. Additionally, nobody remembers that they both began producing stuff together. They were a devoted couple who were thankful and joyful for one another. It was good to see Halle during the DDG vlog era. After the kid was born, they made the decision not to post any pictures of their child online. We all know how this channel and many others feel about family programming, so I thought that was a terrific thing to do. In actuality, it's very repulsive and filthy. However, you saw a little bit more of Halle in every video as time went on. When the separation finally occurred, that's when everything went south. And when you give it some thought, it truly was the driving force of Halle. Halle is a major contributing factor to all of their altercations, and I'm not claiming that their fight was caused by him. He is merely the tool they use to rally their fan bases and persuade everyone to oppose one another. Do you recall when DDG introduced Halle on the Kaizen stream? Yes. Additionally, you recall that Halle disliked that.
I'm not gonna lie, he looked just like Daryl, bro. There. Oh my gosh. It's Halo himself, live in the flesh. Now, Halo, you don't know this, but I'm your uncle. You feel what I'm saying?
Now, in my perspective as a fence sitter, Halle has a legitimate grievance. Granted, she's likely consuming a lot of negative information, but I can understand why some people might not enjoy what goes on the Kaizen stream. We have, quite rightly, had to make judgments about certain events that have occurred on this platform and channel, like that gorgeous red person using drugs. And if my memory serves me well, this was the same marathon. However, DDG is also his father. He should be able to be trusted to take Halo wherever he wants, especially if there isn't a history of similar incidents. However, I found it most offensive that she posted this on social media knowing that people would become enraged over the whole thing. She now said that she overreacted and that she shouldn't have posted this information online after receiving criticism for it. However, it's similar to toothpaste, dude. Have any of you attempted to put that back in the tube? Gang, it won't happen. However, you wouldn't anticipate that DDG would then fan the flames by writing a song about his inability to see his son. This is not embarrassing. I'm simply enjoying myself. This is embarrassing. This isn't embarrassing.
Saying go to court, do this and that. The reason I don't want to is because it's going to get extremely messy and it don't have to happen. I think it's in like her best interest to not want to go to court either, when we can just have a clear understanding. All right, cool. Like I want to pick my son up, take him to dinner. If you really want him, I'll bring him right back. It's not a problem. We go to court, the judge gonna give me some time. And when I got the time, nigga, I'ma do whatever I want with my son.
Thus, the Great War began. Individuals decided on Team DDG and Team Halle. I had the impression that I was back in middle school when Twilight first came out and everyone was on Teams Edward and whatever Buddy's name was. Because they received the parasocial pill from DDG from Halle and the weapon that was created against them, Halo, which is absurd to say because he's a baby, people were clearly very split about this issue.
I don't care. I don't care what she says. She's not even 2 years postpartum. She's not even 3 years. Baby, she gets 5 years of acting crazy. Okay? And if y'all take that as her, like, bye. Y'all, bye.
Team Halle, bro. I don't know about y'all, but I'm Team Halle. DDG, you will go down. We will not rest until Halle wins, bro.
All minions, assemble. That movie Halle is shooting right now, we're gonna let that shit flop. We ain't streaming that bitch. She wanna be petty, she wanna be spiteful, she wanna be bitter. Well, we the daddy side of the family. We're gonna show her what bitter is, what spiteful is. We're gonna show her what petty is. Like, okay, game on.
Man, Halle knows she dead wrong for that, bro. I ain't calling her no bitter BM, but that's for sure a page out of somebody bitter baby mama book, bro. Only purpose of that post was to get her fans mad. Now they making tweets, it's trending. Shade Room go, of course, pick it up because they already hate DDG. Now he getting fraud in the comments, and we know how that go.
The problem with all of this is that it's a real life issue with real life people who, have real life human beings to look after and who live online. For example, DDG's entire career is built around his online presence and his sharing of everything. Therefore, it's not like he simply can't stop and wouldn't stop. Nor is it like she can't stop and wouldn't stop either. As a result, we learned a little bit more about what was happening behind the scenes on the internet each month. And it just served to exacerbate people's anger over the actions of the person they were detesting, etc. Similar to the moment the nuke went off when DDG discovered via live streaming that he had a restraining order against him from He Bailey when he was with Aiden Ross.
Don't even.
That can't even be real.
Fuck all that.
Why are they dressed the same?
But that can't even be real.
But,
That's the thing.
But don't even. But you remember we talked about last night? Fuck all that. Let me say something. It's not.
No, I'm saying, but I don't know where that even came from.
Yo, stop these fake allegations. This is a father This is a real person. It's a good human
That's not
being.
even- but I don't
But hey,
understand.
bro, we on stream, bro.
Come on, like I gotta be
Just
the
don't
celebration.
do it, bro. Come here, come here.
Don't even make no
Fuck all that.
What is Aiden wearing? Oh my God, there's so many questions.
He's a great human being. He does a lot for a lot of people. He's a man. He's a father.
Now, I don't believe he found out about the circumstance while Aiden Ross was alive. Usually, this isn't the case. However, it was intriguing because the entire event was shown live. A restraining order was issued following an incident in January in which Halle Bailey claimed DDG had chipped her teeth by pushing her face against a steering wheel. As a result, Halle Bailey and his son Halo issued a restraining order that was at least 100 yards away. Everything was broadcast live. Halle Bailey, Bailey's request for sole custody, and the need for DDG to have supervised visits with his own child were also included in that. In response, DDG filed a motion against her on June 4, 2025. This one asserted that Halo, the kid in question, posed an immediate risk to her physical and mental well-being because she was under Bailey's care. Additionally, he asked Halle to refrain from taking the child to Italy for a movie shoot. Naturally, DDG would face criticism for it. What was his response to the lawsuit he filed against Halle Bailey? I released a song and made it available online.
You know, Judge, we don't need to fight. I can't leave my son because he need me in his life. Why you got him thinking that you cheated and I'm right? I can never hate you, man. You created life.
Do you see the issue here? Can you see what's happening? I acknowledge that this is a complex situation. Divorces and breakups, particularly when kids are involved, these can become repulsive. People literally go to great lengths when a relationship ends, whether you've lived with them in real life or you've seen them in the media. However, the issue with this case is that, in the end, this is a private matter that was made public by both parties, and both parties were eventually utilizing the public game to gain favor with their audience. However, I shall state this from my perspective. There are several well-known individuals in DDG's social circle. He is buddies with the biggest streamers on the planet. It would therefore be simple for everyone to become entangled in this. Even so, none of this should be posted online in its entirety. Even now, when you fast forward to his victory in the custody dispute, winning the custody dispute. On the internet, you may see content creators rejoicing that he has their child back.
Heard my son FaZe move and fuck! Yeah, he did. All right, Mo. You see, when you join FaZe, great things happen, Mo.
DDG won custody. Niggas just hit me with news lines. Bro, all y'all niggas think y'all drama alert. DDG won custody though. That's
Naturally, you have a lot of various inquiries from your admirers. Hey, Harley did this to defame a black man and try to paint him as some sort of villain, they are claiming. Why would she remove any instances or circumstances where DDG touched her? Fans of Halle claim that because she was understanding of the circumstances Halle was giving, and DDG received more than he deserved, she was always a bigger person and so forth. However, as I read through tweet after tweet after tweet from both Halle and DDG supporters, as well as from everyone asking their questions, I couldn't help but return to the points I made at the conclusion of my previous film. For example, why are we so embroiled in this extremely private issue? Look, I don't mind reporting news because I believe it leads to greater discussions on parasocialism, the reasons behind our involvement, the usage of minors on the internet, etc. However, this is really strange. Gang, to these folks who are genuinely rejoicing and supporting either side on the internet as if they had a stake in the outcome, that is really, really strange. This, in my opinion, is one of many people's greatest concerns as content producers, online celebrities, etc. For example, you are free to criticize me, my words, and everything else. However, anyone who doesn't have a voice in the game shouldn't be participating, including my wife, my children, my partners, my mother, my brother, my sister, and my cousins. And the only thing I can hope for is that when Halo grows up and sees this, he receives a convincing explanation that makes sense to him. After all, I wouldn't want to be publicly featured online in a custody dispute where judgments are made by the general public. I also hope that everyone who is currently viewing this news will move past it. I'm really serious. Several individuals have been taking parasocialism to new heights. And seeing Halle or DDG in public with Halo and doing anything completely crazy or ridiculous is the last thing I would want anyone to do. This is a personal issue. This is personal property. You all need to move aside and back up. In 2025, is parasocialism becoming excessive?